like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride when you've already paid. It's a good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figures? This is Below Deck Med.
It is, and I'm having
Did
a vodka.
Did it rain on the wedding day?
It did not. That's very astute of you. Astute of you. I said astute.
The whole point was maybe it did. Maybe it looked a little. I think you know what it was. The weather wasn't cooperating, so they couldn't do the wedding on shore.
Yes, it was.
Because they thought it might rain.
It was.
This is so fucking. It's so fucking tedious.
And I just said astute instead of astute, but I just realized I caught myself.
I let that go.
Y'all, welcome to Reality Gaze. We're talking about Below
Deck Med.
Season
BDM.
6, Episode 3, like right on your wedding day. However, real quickly, I can't believe, because we recorded 2 shows today. This is our second show. We did earlier, You, Me, and My Ex. I can't believe we didn't talk about the way Kay LaVey said that one word.
I can't believe it. Oh my God. How did I not say this?
I don't know how we said it. Like, we almost might need...
You mean, it really resonated with me. The way she said that really resonated.
We might have to re-record it.
How did I miss this?
We might have to...
I think we have to re-record. We need to say something at the beginning of that show. I need to personally apologize to the audience.
I wrote in big bold and I forgot.
I'm slipping because I had it written. And I had, you know why? Because we had such a disagreement about it's not in an angry
not a negative
way, but
disagreement,
we are diametrically opposed in the way we see that situation.
And a lot, y'all, You, Me, My Ex, the first, I think, episode is up on our free feed. But if you want to, it's on the $8 tier of our.
It's the newest member of our cringe tier,
Reality Gaze Extra. But You, Me, My Ex, y'all, we like it. It's a good show.
I think it's I don't know, Smothered Season 2. I know I hated it at the beginning.
Chef's kiss.
Sadly, I did not know what was waiting for me.
You did not know.
In Extreme Sisters,
yeah.
I thought Smothered was bad. Then I learned to like it. Then I met Sarah and Lori, and then I felt bad about myself.
Did you see that a sissy sent us a picture, our Instagram account, for Dawn's brother?
Oh, I've told you. He was on The Bachelorette.
I don't care about that. I want to see abs or a dick or a picture, and you never sent it to me. And, holy hell.
Grant, yeah, he was on The Bachelorette. He was gone like the first or second night.
He's a doctor.
He's a doctor.
Can't you just see, Don?
He's in a fucking harness on a TikTok video.
Oh, God.
He's hot, and he also looks like Cher a little bit.
I love a man in a good harness.
Well, it's weird to see a straight man in a harness, isn't it? I'm so used to seeing gay men, especially when they're hovering over me and pummeling me.
And you're just holding on.
And I'm just holding on like those things at like Six Flags.
saying, I'll never let go, Jack. And then they say, my name's not Jack. Ted.
I don't know your name. Who cares?
I'll just never let go.
This is not about names.
It's not about names. Y'all, we are going to talk about Below Deck.
Just pummel me.
Just pummel me.
Just bang me like a screen door.
If you jumped on this this boat ride with us and you're new to the reality,
welcome aboard.
Yes, multiverse. Well, thank you so much. We're having a good time. We got a lot of stuff going on right now, so definitely a lot of stuff in the 90-day and 90-Day Caribbean Love is coming. Darcy and Stacy.
We have announced that.
So we've got a lot of stuff. Sexy Beast on Netflix we're doing.
Yeah. That's on our Patreon.
No sleep January.
This feed is going to be chock full of trash.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Below Deckers. You're welcome.
It's like that part of the Pacific that they found that is just like 4 square miles of trash.
Oh, don't talk about that.
Sad.
It makes me so sad. Makes me so sad.
Like way out isolated in the ocean.
Oh.
And it's just like 11 million plastic bags.
Oh.
That's going to be our feed coming up. What a sad metaphor.
It really bothers me. My dad still litters to this day.
Oh,
And
shut up. He
drives
still throws
me
things out of a window?
because I think, and y'all sorry if you're this way, I think anyone who litters is a piece of garbage.
It's an
themselves.
asshole.
I just think you're the most selfish, inconsiderate person. It drives me bonkers.
My father once threw out a cup, and my mother was tweaked about this and said, "What are you doing?" And then my brother and I jumped on him because we were raised in that don't litter generation.
Yeah.
Who was the spokesperson for that? Not Smokey the Bear.
I
don't know. Some fucking animal.
Arnie the Armadillo. I don't know.
It really did its work. But I was taught not to litter so much that when I see it, I wouldn't even throw out my cigarette butts when I smoked.
Good for you, because a lot of smokers do that, and y'all, that's fucking disgusting. Throw your cigarette butts in the trash. We just shamed someone driving in their Hyundai Santa Fe right now. They just went, fuck.
Y'all, a turtle just ate that cigarette butt and got cancer.
You're welcome.
That's just it. Because they're dumb.
They're dumb.
Actually, some turtle person just went, "Oh my God, turtles are very intelligent."
Are very intelligent.
Like the rat people who came to some 90 Day Fiance.
That's true. We had a lot of
the rat people, when we talked about Mike's and Natalie's rat, the rat people were like, "You don't realize rats diffuse landmines. They're very intelligent." I'm sure they are. Y'all, I don't know if you know this. Don't pick a fight with rat people.
Don't.
Because they'll come at you.
They'll send a rat after you.
I don't feel like arguing with the rat people. So if you don't listen to 90 Day Fiance, if you only listen to Bojack, let's talk about this episode.
Let's talk about this episode. I'm not there you anymore.
I don't want to get married to you. I don't want to get married to you. I'm just going to walk around with my shirt off and my paw print tattoo on my back.
Oh, he has a paw print? Is that what it is?
I'm just making up. It's some basic douchebag tattoo.
I don't mind paw prints. Because that's usually a dog or a cat or an animal that died. It's really hard. Boy.
Is it?
Yeah, usually people get a paw print because their animal that died, they get their paw put on their body.
Oh my God. I fucked so many guys with paw print tattoos. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah, I literally thought about getting a tattoo of that.
I host a lot of broken people in my bed.
I was going to put one for Sophie almost. Now, wait. It could...
I'm just realizing that.
It could also mean that they're a bear in gay culture. Either one.
Or they're in pup play.
Oh, pup play, yeah.
We talked about what pup play was. Oh no.
Carl, what's pup play? Are my gays rescuing some dogs? That's so sweet. Shooter.
Yeah, and we're playing with the puppies.
Shooter, they're gonna get dogs just like you, Shooter. Shooter, you wanna take a picture for Mama? Come on, Shooter. No, stand still. Shooter,
she's got her own kind of pup play. She's gonna go have pup play with Shooter later.
Mm-hmm. Poor Carl's
she just throws Shooter's shows his toy.
There's just a pile of Triscuits by her recliner because Shooter doesn't like Triscuits, but that's what she keeps giving him.
Oh God, Triscuits.
That's why. Okay, let's jump into this. We've already lost some listeners.
So they are still the couple who were supposed to get married. Carrie
and Clint,
spelled Karry.
Kar.
Why would you do that to your Carrie, y'all?
Clint really confounds me because his body is fucking smoking, and then I look at his
such
drunk
a douche face.
Yes, his drunk face and his mouth, and I think the reason why I don't love Clint is that he makes me feel older. Because when I was in my 20s, I would blow him, and now I have a sense. I have a sense
That face totally tried to date rape girls in college.
Yeah, I just feel like his balls would smell like chlorine and swag or swass.
It's awful. That guy's trash.
Actually, it probably smells like swag. That's probably the name of his cologne.
Of his cologne.
Swag.
John Barbados, swag.
No, it's more like Gary Busey's swag.
Swag. When you're hot and you know it.
What happened to Gary Busey?
He's a fucking mess.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so Clint's
y'all,
walking around pissed, saying they're not getting married.
Basically, and Malia, the next day, they're listening. I love it, y'all. Katie, first of all, let me just, I'm sure everyone loves these. Let me make a blanket statement about this season so far. I think everyone is relatively normal, which is weird because listen,
you're gonna eat
this
those
is your
words.
first below. I probably will. This is your first Below Deck season.
It is my
Know
first.
that by now, several things have happened. There's usually been a chief stew who has eaten the ass out of one of her second stews or third stews.
Okay.
Usually. That's not happened because of Rachel, because Rachel seems pretty even keel. She's a little uptight when it comes to like place settings and service.
Rachel.
But Katie, I'm sorry. I said Rachel.
Yeah.
That was the first time you've ever corrected me on a name.
That is not the first time.
But I appreciate it.
That's not the first. Not you have many
fourth.
more, but it may be the fourth or fifth, yes.
Katie. So usually that's happened by now. Usually there's a misogynistic South African meathead deckhand who has made designs on Malia or another woman of the crew, and it's happened on their first night out, which we get a little bit. There's going to be a Z Courtney kiss, it looks like, in the next episode, but there's none of that's really happened. The deck crew is fascinatingly bland this season,
Matt.
and usually they're real hot, and the hottest guy is kind of David, but
really the hottest guy are Sebastian and Jacob, or
oh no, we never see them. Don't worry, we will never see them.
But the ladies were talking about him at the party.
Yeah, but they're never on camera.
Yeah,
like Martin and what's his name? They're never on camera. We never see them.
None of the guys.
So don't look for them too.
Okay, fine. Yeah, thanks for killing that.
That's the first maid and all the navigation crew. You never see them. Sorry, it's just true. But I gotta say, you guys, and in different seasons, a lot of times you'll have, because Below Deck is an upstairs downstairs show. Obviously, do you know what upstairs downstairs is? Right?
Not familiar.
Really? Well,
no, yes, that's a British show, and that's what Downton Abbey was based off of.
Exactly. It's upstairs. It's the guests or the aristocracy and the servants. But it's this idea of there are two different things happening. So they call it an upstairs downstairs show. And a lot of on some seasons, the upstairs is more interesting than the downstairs, and this is definitely one of those, I think, because the first charter,
this was already
bonkers.
Bonanza. But
yeah,
because although I go back and forth, I know we change every episode, but I'm like, is Alexi the one who's not long for this boat ride? Because
she's gonna get fired.
Lexi's like, how was Croatia? Oh yeah, I saw it through a porthole. I'm like, why? I feel like she's here just to be famous, not to work at all.
Well, she's on the show. She was cast to make waves. Let's just say that.
Probably, yes.
Boy, I'm just using maritime metaphors all over the place. She is definitely the spiciest cast member, but between Stews and deck crew. Even though Matthew, as I've been calling him, is a little bit diva behavior.
A little bit.
Nothing. He has nothing compared to Ben, compared to fucking Adam, compared to all the other chefs who thought that their shit was gold.
It is interesting that it does have, and people might come for me on this, but I'm just going to be honest. Usually on these types of reality shows, the people are gorgeous. And so you kind of have this clue that people are gorgeous. And as normal people watching this, you're thinking, okay, they're gorgeous. And either we make fun of them when they think they're quote unquote normal people, or they have a flaw that humanizes them in a way that we never thought about. But with this crew, like their insecurity and their humanity is kind of already present in like the second episode of the show. And
on a reality show stakes, they're at like a 5. And And for reality show looks, especially Below Deck, this sounds really bad, but it's really true. Reality show looks, they are ridiculously behind the curve.
Especially for Bravo shows.
Yes.
It's just
there's no meatheads.
Yeah, they're usually so
there's no racist meathead like last season who they had to basically edit out almost everything.
Oh God. They really did.
Yeah. But
anyway.
I honestly don't know. Everyone is super earnest. Everyone on the deck crew is super earnest. Yes, they all want to kind of bang Malia, but they can't because she's their boss. And it's not going to happen. I'm kind of wondering who is Malia going to bang this season.
She gets a call from Tom. Let's jump in. So it's the next day, y'all. It's the night. It's the day of the wedding, y'all.
Yeah, and Matt, the chef's doing vibe checks. Vibe check. Y'all, if you do a vibe check with me, I'm going to punch you in the fucking throat.
No, I don't like that word. Maybe because we watched Love Island and they were like, I just
fucking hate you do a vibe check for me
now
because I know I'm expected to say good vibes
if you say
when I really want to spit in your face.
Now if someone said what's the energy of the room, that's a totally different thing for me. That doesn't bother me.
Vibe check.
I agree.
You're gonna get a throat punch if you in a show do vibe check at me, I'm gonna push you over.
Wow.
That's my vibe.
This is how you know that this charter is horrible, y'all, because it is 2021 and they are still the charter people that when somebody comes up in the morning, they go, "What's up?" I'm like, this fucking Coors Light commercial was literally 10 years ago.
No, longer. Like 2008.
It was a long time ago.
They're such douchebags.
It ran from 1999 to 2002. Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say that's how far.
I was still in college when that ad aired.
Yeah, the thing is, they know the charter guests know they're a little too old to be acting that way. They're just not really having it. Let's talk about the couple who's getting married, Clint and Kari.
Yeah,
y'all, how many marriages do you think Clint's had?
Woo!
I think they said it was their first for each one. That's not true.
No, what I heard Captain Sandy say is, "This is my first time doing this." And then she looked at Carrie and said, "And the first for you as well." She was not looking at Clint. That's the way I understood it. Y'all,
this is his third. Y'all, no doubt.
Clint cheated on his wife probably with Carrie, and now they're getting married. That's what happened.
Because she worked for him.
Yeah, y'all, that's what happened. I'm just telling you, we don't know these people. I bet
He's such a fucking douche.
Gross. He's so gross. Yeah. So
she just thinks, unfortunately, that's the best she can get.
Yeah, it's super awkward. Everybody's coming to breakfast and they're all eating. Therese is trying to eat with her lips. She's just trying to, she can't
desperately, she's gumming it down.
She literally is like a bird with no beak. She's just kind of like,
Did you notice it was espresso martinis for breakfast as well?
For breakfast, I did right. I said, y'all, I understand you have a Bloody Mary. An espresso martini for breakfast.
That's like straight up vodka.
That is fucking hardcore. So Carrie finally comes out. Everyone else is dressed. Carrie comes out dramatically in a robe. She looks like Anna Nicole Smith after a night of hard cocaine.
The bad years.
She does not look good. Everyone's just quiet. And poor Lexi is like, hi. So she's getting them drinks. And finally, Katie's like, what's the plan, y'all? What's happening?
So what time? I think we'll do this for the wedding. And no one really says anything.
No, they're kind of like, yeah.
And Clint's like, can't wait to marry you. And Carrie's just sitting here like this.
Carrie's just going, yeah. I just want that she shed he promised me. That's all I want. He promised me a she shed. But like plants from fucking Anthropology store.
The next thing is they're getting, Z is carrying the wedding cake,
That
and I'm
made me
terrified
nervous.
he's going to
That
drop
made
it.
me so nervous. It was on that floaty thing.
Yeah. And Matthew is
Matthew.
very, very anxious, shocking.
I have
That's going
so
to be a
much
pattern.
work to do. Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. This is so much. It's like
you know what?
so intense.
One thing to also say when these people grew up is that they're quoting Forrest Gump when they're in the, the hot tub. Lieutenant Dan. And I've said this before, y'all. Watch Forrest Gump again, and you'll go, whew, didn't age well. I'm telling you, the movie. Remember when you saw that movie? You're like, oh, this is a
I've
really
never
good
seen
movie. Come on. Everyone saw Forrest Gump. Yes, you did.
I did. I think I saw it. I don't know if I saw it in the theater, but I did see it. It's not
I saw it in the theater with my mother, and Mother Poodle went, well, I just enjoyed that movie thoroughly.
I don't remember. It wasn't like
God.
It's not seared into my brain like some
Didn't really
stuff.
like the part where she became a prostitute, but whatever.
Sally Field had to do what she had to do tell me that your mother wouldn't sleep with the principal.
What the fuck?
Tell me your mom wouldn't sleep with the principal for you if she had to.
She would, but wow, what a way to sell a story. It's just, it's extreme. We think about it today.
It's like Aunt Peggy tonight. We went over for dinner, y'all. She made a chicken
casserole. No more.
And I was talking about somebody who's their husband really did them wrong. Our boyfriend really did them wrong. It was like a terrible, terrible person. I was telling this story because my cousin asked about it, her daughter, and my Aunt Peggy just said, And she literally, like a mafia goon, picked chicken casserole out of her teeth and said, wouldn't have to worry about that if they lived here. We'd forget him real quick.
Oh, God.
And I just looked at her.
Did she try to order someone killed?
I think she might have. Don't fuck with her.
Wow. So we have to move on.
Well, I just said
I'm sorry.
10-second story. So y'all,
Matthew is. Go ahead.
No, it just said Matthew's cooking, and they try to make it in the trailers like it's really dramatic, like they went over like fucking huge waves. Y'all, they just had
the water's rough.
They just had some choppy water. Things were kind of rough. Then guess what? Things calmed down. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all. But because of the water, they can't have the shore experience, and they have to do it on the main deck.
And Sandy's really nervous to do the officiating, which she's probably going to read off of her phone or tablet or something.
Whereas Katie's like, we're dropping them off tomorrow, right? I do really like Katie.
I'm a fan.
I'm scared to say it because I'm going to say I like her, and then I'm afraid she's going to fuck me over.
She might be my favorite Chief Stew since I was a Hannah fan, but Hannah kind of was shady and was a little lazy at times. But I liked her. And Kate is obviously queen. I like Francesca, who is also on one of this season, one of the Below Deck seasons. But she might be one of my favorite Chief Stews. I enjoy her very much.
I have to say, I think this show is exquisite. I really love watching it.
I'm
so glad I
can't
finally
believe it's
got you to
taken
watch it and talk about it. It just took me
I can't
years.
believe it's taken you this long to watch a single episode.
Well, you didn't. No, we watched it for about years, but you didn't explain. The problem is you don't sell things well. You don't entice
why should I
me.
persuade you to
You're
do
like
things?
a guy with a. You're like when I've been with men that have huge penises that just say, "You want to fuck this dick, right? You want to suck this dick," and say shit like that. I kind of need the guy with just the boyfriend dick to kind of woo me a little bit.
Listen, I don't need to entice anybody to do anything. Oh,
well, I'm just saying, if you want me to watch a show, you might want to treat me. Might want to treat me differently than your tricks. Putting your ass
they
up
come to
in the
me
air with that lighted neon sign that goes, "Eat at Poodles, eat at Poodles,
eat at Joe's."
It's not going to work for me.
So the next thing is Sandy. She's practicing her thing, and they're all kind of talking about their their marriage experience.
Yeah.
And David says, or their relationship experience.
Yeah, they're putting
David
together Malia, David, and Z are putting together the wedding, not the
Archway.
archway. Thank you.
So David says, my ex cheated on me mid-season with another yachty, basically, and said I was too nice.
She said it was too nice and said I would, and then she cheated on me. She's like, this is okay, right? And he was like, no. I think David is cute on the show. I think in real life you would be obsessed with him.
Maybe,
his lips, his smile, and the accent, you would totally.
I agree with you, but like he's like a 6 for Below Deck.
I know, but I'm saying
maybe a 5
in real life. You would totally try to bang him.
Oh, I agree. No, like y'all know this deck crew in real life, they're attractive. But I'm talking about by reality standards. People are probably going to come at me for rating these people, but
y'all, it's a Bravo show. If you're coming at us for looks on a Bravo show, then get off your high horse and sit down.
But I'm saying everyone is usually there, especially the deck crew is dumb and pretty. That's just what they do. No. There's at least one meathead. There's no meathead. There's no Zhao.
David is he's still gunning though. He's saying maybe Malia will have a relationship with me. I'm like, no.
She's not going to, honey. She doesn't fuck down.
Well, but also
she only fucks laterally. She only fucks shafts.
I also feel like isn't Malia older than him? I feel like she wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
David seems young.
She does take her job very seriously. That's one of the things about Malia I like. I just don't like my problems with her in the past has been her twofold. She sucks up to the captain in a way that's pretty gross.
Yeah.
And she's a little bit trying to sabotage people to get what she wants. And she acts like a mean girl when she doesn't get what she wants.
I'm excited. Y'all, because they're already painting this storyline where she's like, she keeps saying, I love having a beginner. I love having that I can train someone.
Nope.
Y'all.
She's going to fucking scream in Z's face.
Like 4 episodes. She's going to be pissed that Z tied the wrong knot and she's going to freak the fuck out.
Yeah. Mark this down too. We've already seen footage of Captain Sandy screaming in Malia's face. Something Malia did will piss off Captain Sandy, and then Malia will feel really bad about it and take it out on one of the members of the deck crew. I don't know, because that's been the tradition. So I want to talk about let's talk about Katie says, because her boyfriend was Jack, a deckhand from a couple seasons ago, and she's like, yeah, we were really into me, but he tattooed his face on my arm, and she's like, kind of hard to forget. But she even says, I thought I was going to be a wedding planner, but guess what? Don't really want to do it anymore. Don't really.
And now I'm having to do it. Don't you think? I bet somebody has a tattoo of you on them.
Possibly. Me as Maleficent. Going
with a dragon body.
Yes.
But with your legs up in the air and a rosebud.
But an actual rosebud.
An actual rosebud. It's metaphorical, y'all. It's pretty.
So they are outside right before the wedding. Clint is sitting there and is drinking and kind of goes to pieces. The worst part is he's a douche who cries easily.
Oh,
so he's like, thank you, Jesus, for this rainbow.
Well, that was a little bit later on but yeah, he's like, thank you. And we find out later the rainbow signifies their grandfather. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that later. But
yeah. So, y'all, Sandy's getting ready. Her face is beat.
I was going to say that too. Sandy, look at her.
Well,
did they bring a makeup artist above ship? Or on ship?
You will see her. You'll see her beat her face when she needs to.
Maybe it's Lexi. Maybe Lexi does it for her.
Because
Lexi makeup look good. She looks good.
When she does beat her face, it's obvious. She doesn't just do subtle jobs. She goes full on glamour shots.
It's like when Poodle and I have a live show, y'all. We're going to be unrecognizable.
I'm going to be like Betty Davis and whatever happened to Baby Jane.
I'm going to have so much.
Yeah.
He's not even going to let me blend the contour, and he's just going to say, get a Sharpie and draw a cheekbone on me. And I'll say, okay.
And draw my eyebrows.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
So the ladies are in kind of red dresses.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about the wedding ceremony. Yeah.
I mean, this is perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine.
I want to say one more thing about the way this show.
Katie falls right before, by the way. She totally busts his ass.
Okay, wasn't this a little scary?
It was.
It almost looked like she hit her head on the stairs, but she didn't. It was scary.
I feel like people fall all the time on boats. You're on stairs.
Yeah.
There's wetness.
I used to fall on my Aunt Betsy's houseboat.
You would actually break your leg if you were on this ship.
Especially on smaller boats, you fall all the time, especially when there's
not meant to be on here.
There's a little bit when the other deckhands, Lloyd is saying, I just hope to woo the women with my goofiness. And Z says, I hope to have some kids one day. Malia's like, yeah, I don't want to get married.
No, I don't want to get married. You know what?
because you didn't see last, I think Tom, her chef boyfriend, broke her of marriage because he definitely cheated on her, y'all. And Tom, we will talk about it a little bit later, but Tom was, when you first saw him, he had that little thing in his smile. He was cute, but you could tell he was oily. From moment one, that smile said, I'm going to cheat on you.
Kind of like Clint, who's about to get married to Carrie.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Clint's going to be looking around, too.
Y'all, we're going to take a quick commercial. But before, I want to do a teaser because I realize, Poodle, we've never talked about this, and I think it's time.
Great. You know how I love to be surprised on air.
When we come back, I'm going to ask Poodle to use his gift to finally answer who has the biggest dick on the deck.
Oh.
All right, are y'all ready? Because it's time. It's time. Poodle wasn't expecting this.
It is time to rank.
Okay. We're 3 episodes in. We should know. Y'all,
we should know dick size.
If people want to know, because we're very good friends with Ronnie and Ben from Watch What Crappens, and people are like, oh my gosh, are y'all like the same? I'm like, oh,
nerd.
We're kind of a different show. As Ronnie said, I can barely eat a burrito when Matt and Jake are around because they're filthy about my burrito.
Disgusting.
So this is where we differ. We're going to talk about who's got the biggest below dick.
Below dick. I'm also going to throw in Chef Matthew.
You have to.
Anyway.
You have to.
We're going to say there's 4 men.
Okay.
So let's start, so 4 men.
Uh-huh.
Let's start with number 4.
Okay.
Lloyd.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Number 3.
Huge balls. Huge balls with Lloyd.
Huge balls. I would say this is like tied for 2 and 3.
3-2.
Are going to be Matthew. And Z. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And y'all, biggest dick, David.
Really? Because I think I would honestly say Lloyd, then David, and then Z, and then it hurts me to say it, but Matthew, because he kind of has that. Some of those guys with bigger nose.
He would never be as crazy anxious with that. With a dick.
That's true. That's very true. Very true.
You got to take into that account.
And Z would be more confident if he had a bigger dick. So is that
Also, you can just tell Z's face doesn't read. It's not
doesn't read
BDF.
So what? So David, what?
David reads BDF, and you know why? Because he's the most humble about it.
Okay.
There we are. Now, up number 1 is actually Malia. Biggest dick on the crew. She really does.
It really does. That's true. I'll toast to that.
Even bigger than Sandy's.
Oh,
I mean,
it's gargantuan.
Big old dick. She's just swinging it around.
Oh, yes.
Boy.
Ooh, wow. Let's talk about this wedding real quick, y'all. I want to talk about. So they're getting married. We normally we didn't expect this early in us doing this podcast. We have some exclusive, never before seen footage, but in here we're going to do it as audio because you're not going to see it. But of the wedding vows, Poodle.
Yeah.
So we're going to play this for you now in a section we like to call Below Deck Theater. Below deck. We're on a ship. We're ahoy, matey. Swab the deck. Okay, Poodle is going to be playing the. You know what? We talked about this, but I kind of think I want to switch it because you did such a good Clint earlier. I think Poodle needs to play Clint, and I think I'm going to play Carrie.
Okay.
So, and scene. We're on the main deck. Captain Sandy she's doing marriage stuff. She's saying, who takes this bride? Okay, great. Let's start with the vows. So, Carrie, you go first. Clint, I just want you to know that
I'm going to cry. You're going to make me cry, babe.
I love you forever because you see me. You know.
I see you. I get you.
Yes, you know I want an oatmeal frappuccino before I wake up in the morning.
I got you, baby.
You know that a Lululemon gift card is my favorite.
Yeah. I love it. You're my person.
I'm your person too. And you know that when I go to a baseball game, I'm always going to deep throat a hot dog just for you. But I want to eat it. I
love that. I love watching that. I love it.
That's why I want to marry you forever. Okay, your turn.
Okay. Gotta tell you, babe. I wrote these and then I got drunk and I forgot them. Okay. So I'm just gonna make it up as we go.
It's not like this has happened before.
Starting to get emotional.
5 times. Oh God, he's crying.
I promise that no matter how late I am,
you didn't cheat on me.
Can't promise that.
Okay. Okay. I'm just.
I'm no matter how late I get home, I'm always going to bring you an order of fries.
Oh my God, thank you.
Because I know how much you like fries. Yes. Or at least sushi.
Yes, that's fine. It's the same, you know? They call fries the sushi of France.
And when I promise I will never go to bed with you angry.
Okay.
And if I do,
will you at least choke me a little bit?
Fuck you when you're asleep.
That's fine. You know, I gave consent. It's all good.
I know.
Just
way. Yeah.
Pull my hair.
Because
you
that
know
means
I need that
at least I'm still getting off.
Yeah,
and I know you like it. So it's whatever.
I love
you got that look in your eyes. You say you don't want to.
I love you so much. I wish my grandpa was here to see this.
Oh my God! Don't talk about your grandpa. Oh my God, he loved me. I got to tell you. To further my vows.
Thought we were done.
On the day he died.
Yeah.
He grabbed my hand.
Oh, Jesus.
And said,
"Why do you
take care of my daughter?"
Yeah. Well,
I know you're banging 4 other chicks.
Well,
but at least marry her. You can bang your other 4 chicks if you want.
But his daughter's my mom.
Know that I'll always be with you.
Oh, you meant Greta. You're drunk. Okay.
Know that I'll always be with you. Okay. Because I'm going to be there. You know what the psychic said?
Yeah.
Like a rainbow.
Like a rainbow.
Always there. And I think it's kind of creepy because that means your grandpa will be watching us bang the night we get married.
He was,
he was kinky. So it's whatever.
Whatever. He worked for construction. He saw stuff.
So I want to marry you. Can
I get a mimosa?
Espresso martini.
And scene. That's exactly how the vows went, y'all. Exactly how they went.
Y'all.
Wow, they are gross people. This is
upper middle class garbage. It really is.
You know what
Younger upper middle class garbage.
Nouveau or Silicon Rich.
Yep.
I know they're from Texas, but a lot of people from
venture capitalists.
A lot of people from they're saying Austin is very much becoming I don't know, they call it the fucking Silicon Prairie or something.
They're
Silicon
all
shit.
Dumber than rocks too.
And they just made money because they fucked the right people and went to the right business school because their parents paid for it.
So they do.
We're not bitter at all.
Not at all. So they get everything together.
Clint is so fucking lit for this wedding.
Yeah, they're drunk. They're full on drunk.
Full on drunk.
They are. Courtney is sitting back there right before they get married. Courtney's like making small talk.
She's talking to Carrie.
So excited.
I had too. Yeah.
It's really chilly. Silence.
Mm-hmm. Do you like my makeup?
Yeah. I think next year's leap year.
I think that's it. What's leap year? Exactly. Courtney was just not having it at all.
Y'all, if you've ever been on a date and someone said, I think next year's leap year, just leave. That means
that. So at the wedding reception, Clint's crying because he sees the rainbow and he's thanking Jesus, which great for him. Now,
but no, it's ridiculous.
He's literally like, y'all, heads and it just. I mean, it's just sloppy. Now, meanwhile, they're all kind of talking down below, and Matthew below, and Matt, they're talking about monogamy and all that.
I don't know who Matthew is.
And Matthew's like, I'm a share bearer. Non-monogamy is not the norm. And I went,
talk. But
I'm into that. I like to date two women.
Did he call it? Did he say thruple or truffle?
He said thruple. And I love that Captain said he just went, he's funny. And walked out. Looked like bile hit her back of her throat, or her reflux was acting up.
She only hangs out to be on camera. I swear to God, she's the worst fucking camera hog.
Everyone on this boat.
Yeah. Especially this season. She's bored with them all.
She wants to get off this boat, get with her biker gang. That
she would want to bang Malia. I still say she
totally
kind of has
see that.
Yeah.
So we find out they're all talking to Katie, and that's when one of the girls says, my psychic told my mother that my grandfather would show up or Carrie says, my grandfather would show up at my wedding as a rainbow. And then Therese is so drunk by now, but she gets so drunk, and then her lips are so big already. She literally just said, and yeah, I don't even know what she said.
Missiles out of her mouth.
I rewound it 3 times, and I still don't know what the bitch said.
It's like a speed buggy. We love talking about speed buggy on this show.
We sure do. Hanna-Barbera should give us a cut.
So they're unless
if you know who Hanna-Barbera is, you're over
old.
35.
So Tom calls Malia and he's like, "Oh, I'm just missing you." So y'all, I think the breakup was really recent.
Real soon.
And she's basically like,
she said she's very raw at this point.
Plenty of fish in the sea, and hopefully not fish who sleep with other fishes.
Yes, because she hates him.
Tom cheated.
Cheated, y'all.
Y'all, if you have ever been cheated on, you know that look in someone's eyes. You can see it after a while. It's like
I already could have told you that by the way she was acting.
I watched Love Island, and some of the
new episode.
Some of the girls are saying things like, "Yeah, you got that look like you destroy my life in your eyes, so I'm not going to pick you."
How hot is my friend William on that show?
Oh my God! I like gorgeous? How he became your friend. But we met once. He was catering, and I want to say he's my friend. He responds to my Instagram messages until about 3 months ago. Okay, this is somebody who drops names like
you know what? We met at the Peninsula Hotel. He was catering an event. I was the only person helping him bring in ice because it was an influencer event, and they were all lazy. We bonded. I think he's in love with me.
By bonded, you mean you asked if you could touch his abs drunkenly?
Maybe.
And he said, "Sure, get your hand off my penis."
It was nice. Whoever gets him gets more than a money prize.
But anyway, that was the way Tom was looked when he showed up on the boat.
I have
Also,
to say,
Tom was a fucking nightmare of a chef because he screamed.
We might have to do an episode of Love Island. I kind of miss that show.
I kind of like the first 3 episodes.
Oh God!
Also, Big Brother this season is good.
Oh
yes, I'm watching all of it because now I'm in it. I think I could be on Big Brother. By the way,
I think you should be on Big. I've gotten into Bachelorette this season. It's good.
The only thing is, I'm not. How do I say this and not sound? I'm not thinking that this is true. I'm not. I'm in the middle of what they want for a gay guy because there's only like one gay guy.
Welcome to my world of casting in Los Angeles
in the middle.
for 10 years.
I'm not a big.
You're not a beautiful
gay guy,
You're not
and I'm not a beautiful muscle queen.
You're not
and
beautiful.
So
yeah.
I would have to impress them.
And you're also not a drag queen. You're not.
No.
I know, y'all, that we're gayer than fucking glitter shooting out a unicorn's ass getting felched by fucking Condoleezza Rice.
I'm honestly right in the middle.
I don't know why I said Condoleezza Rice.
Why does that sound? Why does that feel like it's a drag queen name? Condoleezza Rice.
Oh, but we're not. We're in the middle.
Condoleezza Rice queen.
We eat carbs, but we're not like casting people don't know what to do to us.
They don't. I agree with you. We're gay men that don't fit into easy categories.
So I know.
Trust me, y'all. I wish we did.
Aren't we so poor? Us poor white gay men.
We're white poor, gay men.
Oh, bless our hearts, y'all. We're fine.
Take up a collection.
We're fine.
But no, I'm just talking about castability.
No, I agree with that too. Yeah. So. But, because my friend Bunky, now I am friends with Bunky. You're friends with Bunky.
Yeah.
And he sent me in personally to audition for Big Brother. And they didn't take me because I wasn't either like Bunky, like kind of like this really like, because he was basically like older guy who happened to be
He was older and he was, at that time, he was pretty extreme for them.
Yes. And they were like, what are we going to do with you?
He's also a non-threatening gay, and we're not really non-threatening either. Like, I'm definitely not non-threatening.
I am non-threatening. I love you, but I'm non-threatening and you're not. And that just...
You're kind of de-toothed.
Well, it's interesting. One of my friends who's a casting director who put me on game shows said I'm the only person he's ever met, and he's done this for like 15 years, that's gotten approved by every network. And I'm like, then why am I not on a network?
True.
Exactly.
How have you fucked that up?
Oh, God. Wait, was this my fault all the time and not yours for not fucking a rich man?
Yep.
Oh, God.
You've somehow fucked it up by trying to do women's hair.
I love to rat. What can I say? We need to move on. You guys, but if you want me to rat your hair, I will. I love it.
We're not talking about ratting hair.
Oh, I love it.
So
yeah, Tom. Katie is basically like, each chief stew does something different.
No. Katie did not say that. She's like, oh, when you do the water glasses, put him on the place.
But Lexi's already
on the placemat.
Y'all.
Lexi's like, every chief stew has something different. It's like, I don't know.
And Lexi's like, I just don't know. You bitch, you shut up and say yes, ma'am.
Just shut up and say and just
you
do
say
it.
Yes, ma'am. And that's Lexi's problem, is that she is not good with authority. We're going to see that later with Matt.
Here's the thing.
Mate you.
Y'all, on a boat like this with this few people, the steps of authority are the only thing we have.
It's only,
And it's like if you
it's like in the theater.
Back,
theater is very much rigid like this. You do not overstep over authority.
Or you don't talk back to your director when you give notes.
No.
Yeah, that was basically what happened.
You don't tell the stage manager you're going to be 10 minutes late to your call. You don't do that.
I could because
Poodle learned that the hard way.
No, it's true. They chewed me a new one. So, Katie says, this is the thing about Katie, and we see this. Katie's busting her butt, and she's telling both the stews under her, I want them to have breaks. I don't mind picking up the slack.
I think she does mind, and I think it's going to come back in a little bit of resentment.
Oh,
and
you think so?
Yeah, and I think later on down the road, she's going to be like, "Rrr," and it's going to kind of explode.
No, I could see it.
Also, is this charter? Are they doing shots of Jaeger bomb?
Yeah. No, these people are awful.
Okay, listen, again, I'm sorry if I'm reading you for filth. We don't do shots of Jaeger if we're over 30. And honestly, I wanted to say...
Did you ever do a Jaeger breakfast?
I wanted to say 26 right now, but I said 30 to be nice for some of you.
I've done shots up till about...
Hold on. You said something and it just went... What the fuck is a Jaeger breakfast?
That's when you drink Jägermeister breakfast.
Okay, so it's pretty literal. I've never done that. Please, Poodle, you've done some gross, slutty, drunken, horrid things. Please,
I think that was like senior trip in high school and some college drunks.
You did that.
Jaeger
you drank
breakfast.
Jaeger for breakfast.
Yes.
So you were drunk by 10 a.m.?
Yes.
What do you do? I've never been drunk that. What do you do when you're drunk at 10 a.m.?
I don't know. You've seen me at Thanksgiving. And you know what? I function pretty goddamn well. But you know what? I pace myself.
No,
until we've eaten dinner.
Not. He is by the time we serve starches, he's full on blitz going.
I'm going,
hurry up and eat so I can eat some cobbler.
And then I fall asleep.
Oh, yeah.
By usually about 5 o'clock. Because I've had so much food, so much wine.
The best Thanksgiving we ever had, there were 6 people there, and we drank 13 bottles of wine. We looked at our pictures, and everyone just had purple lips.
I also had bad skin for days after that because I had so much tannins in my body.
No one gives a shit. Let's talk about this show. So, okay. So they're doing, they go on their breaks, and so basically, y'all, shocker, Matthew dropped the cake. The cake got messed up. He's freaking out. It's really not a big deal because they fix it later. So I don't. Meanwhile, Kate is having to make these fucking espresso martinis nonstop while the rest of Katie, while the rest of the crew is taking their little breaks.
Espresso martinis.
And so then there was we see a little bit of Matthew's like, well, I'm going to serve scallops. And Katie says, no, we're not ready for scallops. Nope, not yet. No
one's seated. He's like, well, Lexi told me everyone was ready.
And Lexi's like, and she says to Matthew, she said, always do comms with me because it's me. And Lexi is like, Lexi said, great editing. She says, I literally said, and then they show what she said 10 minutes earlier, and it's not what she said at all. No. Bitch, forget she's on television.
She's going to get fired.
She's going to get fired. We thought it was Matthew, but he came back. It's going to be Lexi.
I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked. Y'all, she's not long for this boat.
No.
It's either going to be a problem with Matthew or a problem with Katie. So it's going to be one or the other.
I agree.
So
it's already starting to be a problem with Matthew.
Matthew is basically saying, okay, I'm not cooking anything. I'm not firing anything to the first course. The people are seated. Now, I will say, scallops, big deal that it be served very hot. I understand him there.
But he's also a fucking drama queen.
He is. But I not to defend chefs here, but your livelihood depends on your perfectionism and your getting exactly what you want the way you're doing it.
That is great if you showed up and didn't leave the first day because you had anxiety.
I agree with you 100%.
So, bitch,
I know.
You don't got nothing to stand on.
So he's giving them like scallop appetizer with truffle popcorn. And when people said truffle popcorn, the douche committee went, truffle popcorn, truffle popcorn, truffle popcorn, truffle popcorn, truffle popcorn, truffle popcorn.
Extra. Did you say truffle popcorn?
Truffle popcorn, truffle popcorn, truffle popcorn. Oh my God.
Out.
If you ever want to blow douchebag's mind, put a piece of fucking popcorn on something.
Y'all, pop some
Good
fucking
God.
Orville Redenbacher and buy a $10 bottle of truffle oil, and then you two can suck his dick. And guess what? He's going to come in about 35 seconds.
Oh my God.
Either that, actually, I think he would be a person that comes. I feel like he would be that guy that just like jerks off his dick really, really, really quickly and like tenses up his whole body. And he's like saying, don't touch me. Don't touch me. I'll get there. I'll get there. I'll get there.
I'm feeling like you have some experience with this.
Had
Jesus.
some bad hookups, y'all. Where you're just sitting over there eating celery on a cheese stick and just going, I'm ready when you are.
That sounds very sad.
Okay, I'm going to keep going.
Answer along.
I need you to keep going for me right now, Poodle.
So y'all, Z, this is cute. It's actually cute on TV. I don't think it's as cute in real life because Z doesn't know a lot. And he's on his first Anchor Watch and he's texting his brother. And it's a big deal for someone who's there. I'm shocked this is his first, that they would allow him as a very green deckhand on a boat this big.
I am shocked. He must have just been like, for some reason they thought he would be good TV.
Maybe. I don't know. Like, something's going to happen. Something shit will hit the fan. So,
not going to go good.
So, Matthew is basically saying that Lexi is bossing him around. And
Lexi's already pissed because Katie just said, hey, don't do comms with Matthew. Like, let me know. Let me do that. Mm-hmm. And Lexi's like, oh, did it? And then later she says, oh, did you not hear me say, like, lime and water, whatever she was fucking saying?
Yeah.
And Matthew was like, no.
So they're serving lamb, and Therese is like, I don't eat pets.
I eat pets.
How many people have pet lambs?
Got this out of my face. I don't eat pets.
But she's eaten chicken, hasn't she?
Chickens aren't pets. I don't know anybody who has them at their house in Newport.
Also, fish are considered pets.
Fish don't make noises. They can't be pets. You can't pet a fish.
So I guess she draws the line at dogs, cats,
I don't eat dogs,
and little cute lambs.
Lambs are adorable. I have a friend who had a lamb farm. Over in Topanga, and it was so cute.
Hamsters.
The hamsters wouldn't eat it. We did a lamb and a hamster and an emu meditation, and it was gorgeous. I think I saw God, and she is beautiful.
I wonder if she would eat beef, because is a cow a pet?
Cows are disgusting.
This is my favorite accent of yours.
I wish y'all could see the video because it kind of hurts my face to do Therese, but I have to because of her lips.
I don't eat pets. Maybe the most LA thing I've heard on this show, even though they're from Texas.
I guarantee you, though, they're Californians who moved to Texas. Sadly.
Gross. The worst kind.
I bet they are. I bet they are San Franciscan Californians who moved to Texas.
We're so tired of the taxes.
Yeah. Yeah. And the house is so much bigger here. Y'all, she's totally drunk. So they bring her like risotto or whatever it is.
They bring her polenta with some ratatouille on it, and she's like,
and she's totally blitz, and she just kind of disrespectfully. This bothers me. She just kind of throws the plate aside, and she's like, "Can someone just get me a double-decker taco, but with beans, no meat?"
These people are reprehensible.
They are so fucking gross.
So,
by the way, if you know Teresa's Instagram, I kind of want to see it. You can send it to me.
Oh, I don't ever want to be near her
again. I bet it's gross.
The biggest drama of this episode happens when Lexi is trying to get more lamb chops because they want more lamb. I've heard this. These tiny little lamb chops or lamb pops. Yeah, they usually call them. So I will say it's not his fault, but he gives them two lamb pops, maybe three per, and they all want more meat because there's not a ton of meat on them.
There's not. They want more.
So they're wanting more, and Lexi's like, he's like, you just stepped in my trash.
No, he just swept it to dirt, and swept. Lexi stepped in trash, and she's like, dude, y'all, she is.
Then she just pulls the lamb pops off the plate and starts eating them and starts boning them with her mouth and throwing them on the plate.
She eats that lamb like a sissy in a dick tree sucking dick. She's like,
sissy in a dick tree.
Sissy in a dick tree. I forgot about that. She's just,
y'all.
Literally, it's like a cartoon where she puts the bone in her mouth and goes, and it's just clean.
I can't tell you how in catering, if I was caught doing that, especially if we have a limited amount of meat.
Yes, unless Matthew said, go ahead and eat, we missed that edit, but I haven't worked in catering. However, I would never eat anything unless a chef offered it to me and said, go ahead and eat that.
The chef would have backhanded you with a whisk if you did something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I work. If unless everyone was full and they had left the table, then only then could the service crew eat. And even that was like grabbing things off of people's plates. You weren't allowed because you still had stuff to do. When she was like eating those lamb pops, like a huge, like a tiger licking off bones.
Yes.
I was like, she's not long for this.
No,
no one does this.
The problem with Lexi, what she's doing, and I don't want to agree with Matthew because he's a jerk, but not a jerk. He's just he's a drama queen. However, Lexi is not respecting authority at all.
Well, here's the thing too,
because when he said, there's no arguing in this. I'm the chef. This is my space. There's no arguing. She should say, yes, chef, and move along.
She is in the kitchen. She can't argue. That is his domain. Now, if they were in like further up in the galley, and he said, I want this, and they're like, fuck off. This is what we do.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't have said, I'm the boss here, blah, blah, blah. That's not necessary, and no one's going to take it well. But there should have been unemotionally, and I get it that it's very heated. He should have said, you don't talk to me that way. Here's how things happen. If this would have been Ben.
I thought actually he handled it quite well.
If this would have been Ben or fucking Adam, they would have screamed at her and chewed her a new one. And it would have been left with her crying. Like, you don't talk to a chef that way, especially in his fucking kitchen.
You don't. I think probably the fact that he's aware that he's a man and she's a woman, and it's going to be Katie. They end up dropping the hammer on her.
She said to him, "Focus on putting the lamb on the plate." Oh, I gasped and put my hand over my mouth, like when she said that. Y'all, because they are not, the chef is an entity unto him or herself.
It's true. And of course,
no
guess
one
what?
really outranks the chef.
They really
the
want,
captain.
Yeah. And they want more food. And guess what? They don't have any.
I'm telling you, it's going to be an easy choice for Captain Sandy.
They're going to bring up, and they bring up the cake, and Matt, even though he ordered the cake, brings it up like he fucking made it. And that's why then, like,
it's typical of chefs.
You feel bad for Matt, and then he does that. He's like, thank you. And they're like, Matt, you're great. He's like, stop. And I'm like, I don't like him either.
No, that's the thing. Everyone on this show is either unlikable or in the middle.
I think, say, Lexi and Matt are probably my least two that I'm like, ugh.
Give Captain Sandy time.
Well,
she'll surprise you.
You don't see her as much so. Okay.
I will say
Clint is that person, by the way, that shoves cake in your face. Of course.
Oh, and they're like doing it, and like everything is so dirty,
and then they throw the cake, and they're making a mess for everyone to clean up.
And they are, and I will say, Matthew is still pissed off about Lexi stepping on his dirt pile. It's my dirt pile.
My dirt pile.
So y'all, it's the final day. Finally, we get rid of this fucking
The
people.
next, there's a big,
and they're docking. They're docking.
They're big docking and gay culture.
Y'all, do you know what docking is?
I think that is when just
let's explain it to people.
Let's
explain what docking is.
I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think you know more than this because you're just
I'm freaky deaky like that.
But I believe it's when two uncut cocks put their dicks up to each other and they like put their foreskin over one another and it looks like a Star Trek docking.
Yes, you are correct.
I've never done it because I'm
uncircumcised.
I couldn't do it.
I am cut as well. Uncircumcised penises rub against each other in a blanket of foreskin, and that is docking.
Apparently, it's very wet. I don't. Every circumcised.
I'm disturbed.
Every uncut guy I've ever been with is like, I mean, they get wetter than a starboard at midnight in a storm.
They do.
I don't think that boat metaphor was correct, but I had a vodka.
So the docking is going pretty well. The weather isn't great. And
why did you say that? Now I'm just thinking of
docking.
Two dicks coming down.
Well, you know that Lloyd and David are almost certainly uncircumcised. Depends on where Z was born. But both of them are British. So, and the Brits are generally uncircumcised unless they're Jewish.
Ooh, British sissies. So, I'm a fan. Ooh. So
they're getting their first docking, and they're worried about hitting the buoys, which they're calling dolphins. And Captain Sandy barely misses it, but it's fine.
Well, I don't think they're buoys. These are actually concrete poles in the ocean.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, you're right.
So it's like I just say that this isn't like a plastic buoy; it's concrete. But they're fine. They dock. Yay! Everybody leaves. I did not know this because now I'm interested what they do because Therese says they're leaving, and she says they all line up, and she says,
"This is the thing they do every charter.
We're in the hospitality business." Food. Food is what we were looking for the most. You did a great job making things happen, and suddenly tip Katie. By the way, you're my girl. Like if I
you ran your girls really well.
If I'm Beyonce, you're my backup dancers. Okay, you're so good. Like all the single ladies. And here's an envelope with a big fucking pile of money because we're rich.
$25,000.
Exactly. So I didn't see this. We watched one episode like a year ago, Below Deck. I didn't know this is what
you didn't get to see. This is what happens at the end of every charter.
Have a tip meeting.
Yes, they have a tip meeting and say how much they have.
I'm sure there's fights in the tip meeting because I'm sure sometimes people.
People
do way more than
things. Yeah, and then especially when they get low tips.
Matt offers to give his tips. This
is a big deal.
That was y'all. He needed to like. Whatever he needed to like he needed to like kind of do this, but instead they say no and they kind of jokingly say you can buy strings.
And Sandy does the work of the show by doing her own wrap up. We did the impossible.
Wasn't impossible?
That's a 4-minute mile.
No, like
it's like
Richard Branson going into space on a private. That's pretty. That's impossible.
Prepare yourself for shit like that all season with Captain Sandy.
Lloyd's going to pay his parents back. Z tells us he's turning 26 tomorrow,
and they're gonna party. It's our first night out with the crew, and I've got to say, the first part. It's pretty tame.
It's pretty tame. Although
normally they're dancing dirty on one another.
I can't believe Courtney ordered an espresso martini. I thought that was just fucking shady to Katie.
I think they all love them.
I've never had one.
I want to have one now.
We should have.
So, did you notice when they said
martini?
No chocolate martini.
Martini.
I need to have a chocolate martini so that I may see your boobies and hopefully not promptly vomit on them. That was from Smothered. Frank, pour one out for Frank.
I hope they come back.
Y'all, I liked it when they're sitting there at the table on their night out, and I think it's Malia's like, all you guys are straight? How did you not fit? Okay, come on. You know they're straight.
Well, maybe not.
I will say, there's been a couple of gay guys on the deck crew in the past. And we've had on Below Deck, we've had a gay stew.
Any lesbian crew?
I think we've had people who've swung both ways, but no lesbian crew.
Y'all, if two men made out on a ship, Poodle would lose his mind.
I don't think they really have. There was one who did porn a while back. David, who was like in season 3 of Below Deck, did porn.
Good for him.
Gay porn.
Oh, good for him.
But there have been some really hot Below Deck guys, for sure.
Wow. So Lloyd said he was called gay because he danced. He was a dancer, but so they're all straight. Katie's saying she's a tequila slut. Y'all, that means Katie's going to be business by day, and then she's going to get crazy and make bad choices.
She'll get crazy at night. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't see any showmances. I don't see any. I see some hookups.
I think Z and Courtney are going to
any showmances.
I don't see that either, but who knows? So Maychew is finally like, I'll buy a round for all of you. I deserve it.
And then they start trolling him. It's like, how much for the cheese plate? I'm like, y'all, know your boundaries. This is also someone who is your superior in a lot of ways.
Well, they don't know that he's sensitive yet, but they are kind of right because they did fucking everything on the first day. Like he literally didn't.
I agree, but the chefs are fucking sensitive.
They are, and Maychew's not handling it well. He's like, I'm now foreshadowing y'all. I'm paying this bill so I never have to hear it again.
Yeah. They're going to talk about it. So then they had this weird thing about who's daddy, and Courtney's like, "You're daddy, I'm daddy." Blah blah blah. I don't understand.
I didn't like that part. I don't want to talk about it.
Do you understand the dadification of men? Like all gays, when gays post selfies, are like, "Daddy."
I don't mind it. It doesn't. I'm
just saying I don't know where it came from, and I don't know what it means.
I don't know where it came from, and I don't know what it means. And so I agree with that.
You're like, but I'm still okay with it. It's whatever.
You know what I imagine it came from? Because a lot of gay sexual culture, and honestly, comes from a lot of that. I think daddy potentially could come from like African American or Black drag culture. And a lot of that can come
from... How so?
Because I think what I was going to say is I think it comes from potentially they talked this for what was it on? I don't want to say it.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
I think it might come from like prison incarcerated culture of like daddies in prison.
Oh,
I think, and so a lot of times that y'all gay men, we take a lot of Poodle and I own it. We take a lot of what we say honestly from Black women or Black drag queens. That happens a lot in our culture. Now daddy is like totally mainstream, I think, but I don't know where that comes from. But I know that, but at least I don't remember what it was. I drink at night and scroll on news articles, but the whole thing is that daddy is someone who takes care of you, like in prison, like that person's taking care of you.
Yeah.
Kind of that whole daddy bitch thing. But I could be totally wrong. Someone read me. Sissies who are cultured in daddies, let us know.
Anyway, there's not a ton going on.
Basically, this is tame. They all kind of have a party, but then we get Lexi and Maychew.
The stews are basically kind of like, yeah, there's not a lot going on looks wise.
Yeah, they all are just
deck
like
crew.
They're like,
you know what? And they're saying what the whole audience is thinking.
But they're like, those engineers can get it.
Well, and you'll never see them, but they're like, yeah, Martin's got a girlfriend, so and so's got a girlfriend. Yeah, y'all, the engineers aren't going to fuck anybody. Because they care about their job.
Lexi's not going to fuck anyone because everybody's going to hate her because she's going after Maychew in the middle. And Lexi even says, I find girls and boys attractive. The girls are attractive. The guys, they're nice.
And she brings up the dirt pile again. And I'm like, honey,
let it go.
He outranks you. Don't feed the bear.
And basically, and Maychew's
don't poke
like,
the bear. I'm sorry.
Basically, they're kind of talking, and he's like, well, but this, and he finally says, Maychew says, look, if we were in the real world, You would never talk to me.
And you know what?
That's
right. True.
That's
right. True.
And he says, and I probably would never talk to you. And that's true.
I will be. It's on. She's a snob.
Oh, she's super snobby. I'm shocked she's I think the only reason she does this is to be famous. She has no. I'm not saying she's lazy, but this type of work,
no,
she doesn't
that's
want to do
not
it
what
all.
we're saying either.
I'm not saying that at all.
She's a snob, and that's why she will try to jump rank, by first complaining to her chief stew, and then by trying to outrank the chef. And y'all, I'm telling you, she's not long for the Princess Michelle or Lady Michelle.
Really grateful that you get seasick, because if you were on a boat, it would burn.
I'd be awful.
It'd be awful.
Awful.
Y'all, that's the show.
Ooh, this has been a long one.
Not really. Just like an hour and 10 minutes. That's our normal shows. 13 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Hey, we appreciate y'all so much. We got a lot of content coming. Be sure to join if you want to hear more of us, a Reality Gaze Extra. That's either you can choose Patreon or you can choose Supercast. We just want to make we have a $5 and $8 tier, and a $15 tier is only on the Patreon. That's where we have all of our video content. Supercast doesn't do videos. So, but if you hate technology,
maybe I'll release some of my private video content.
Nope. But if technology thwarts you often, Supercast might be for you.
It is easier.
We'll say.
We had a whole meeting about it today.
Yeah, we're trying. Y'all, we're doing the best.
We're trying.
You know what? This is
doing it the best I can.
But we're doing it the best we can with what we've been given.
Yeah.
We're trying. So
it sounds so sad.
Yeah, just know we're trying. So anyway, y'all, that is all of our content. Smothered. You've heard us talk about it. All the shit you want to hear, including classic 90 Day Fiance.
Classless.
Who knows? Maybe one day we'll dig into old episodes of Below Deck on our Patreon.
That's the plan. If I have my way, that is the plan.
Because he does want to watch it all. But right now...
Oh my God, I can't wait till we watch like season 2
and
season 3 of the original Below Deck.
Right now. I don't have time. My father's shit in the bathroom. I'm doing this right now.
Oh my God. Once you see Kate and Amy, you'll lose your mind.
Okay.
Oh my God.
We've got to move on. Y'all. I almost said we call these people lonely, but we don't have a sign off for this show.
We don't have one of those. No, we're thinking about it. Shiver me timbers.
Plunder me booty.
Rock me Amadeus.
Amadeus.
No, we had something. We forget what it was.
We forget what it was. But I do want to remember, y'all, go to Apple Podcasts. Please leave a 5-star review. If you enjoy this show, it also helps if you bump us up. If you leave the 5 stars and then you write something. So please write something. If you don't have anything to write, Poodle, what can they write?
Keep going, Queens.
Yes. Your face was surprised like I was about to say.
No, I've got it. I've thought about what we're going to say.
Okay, great. So everybody, please do that. You can find us on Cameo. Oh God, do I have a cameo to do? I don't even know.
I've got 2 that are going to expire tonight.
You can get us on Instagram at Reality Gaze Podcast.
By the way, I just found out my cameos weren't showing me notifications, so I'm doing all of them. Oh, I'm doing all the ones that were expired for free. I'm so sorry.
Oh, wow.
I know, it's really bad. No, because you know what the point was? You made me switch calendars, so I turned off what's called...
Oh, my God. I didn't make you switch anything.
Universal notifications on my phone, and you made me do it.
I didn't know. This is not about me. I'm not giving you any money.
You fucked up my cameo.
We're done. All right, everybody.
Here we go. And until next time, anchors are gay.
Okay, that's suitable. I like it.